Welcome to the Ohio Farm Bureau podcast. I'm Ty Higgins. Recently, Collegiate Farm Bureau chapters from the Ohio State University, Wilmington College, and Wright State Lake Campus paid a visit to the Ohio Farm Bureau state offices in Columbus to share what their representative groups are doing to carry the important work of Farm Bureau at the college level and to learn how they can continue that work after their school days are over. On this Ohio Farm Bureau podcast, meet the presidents of each chapter after this.
Find out how nationwide agribusiness can help you grow your business. Get to know the people with the experience and knowledge to help you. Whether you are looking to protect your farm or ranch from the ground up, or need someone who understands your changing commercial ag needs. Find out how to better manage the risks of your ag business, or how quickly you can get back to business. Learn how you can protect your next with Nationwide on your side.
Sometimes out here, you have to speak loudly.
Our voice alone may not have as much impact as we would like, but my voice
can be heard and influential through membership in Ohio Farm Bureau.
My voice, along with tens of thousands of Ohioans,
makes a difference when it comes to legislation, regulation, or litigation that can be positive or potentially harmful to those of us in the agriculture community.
Become a member today at ohiofarmbureau.org.
Because there is strength and members.
This is the Ohio Farm Bureau podcast. Thank you for watching, listening, wherever you might be. I'm Ty Higgins. One of the most exciting days for us here at the Ohio Farm Bureau headquarters in Columbus is hosting our Collegiate Farm Bureau friends from Ohio State, Wilmington College, and Wright State Lake Campus. And they join us here on the podcast. A really chance to find out from these young people about what they're doing at their Collegiate Farm Bureau level and what they hope to do in the future as far as their involvement in Farm Bureau. Joining us from Ohio State, the Collegiate Farm Bureau President Sarah Hoke, also Ruth Beery from Wilmington College, their president there of Collegiate Farm Bureau, and Wright State Lake Campus, Caitlin Kinsella, joining us via Zoom. Great to have you all here. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Good to be here.
So let's start with you, Sarah. You and I have known each other for a little while, but for those who don't know you, tell me about your background and how you got into becoming president of Collegiate Farm Bureau there at The Ohio State University.
Yes, so way back when I was a high school student, I was involved with Farm Bureau because I went to the Explore Ag Camp. Amazing opportunity, really just opened my eyes to Farm Bureau, kind of what the organization was. I fell in love with the organization, its purpose, what they stand for. Going into college my freshman year at our involvement fair, I made a beeline for Collegiate Farm Bureau. I knew that I wanted to get involved with it. So now I am a second year at OSU. I'm the president of Farm Bureau with our chapter. And yeah.
You've seen a lot of growth in that chapter. Can you talk about that a little bit and what you've done to make that happen?
Yes, 100%. So last year, I was about one of 5 members who would consistently come to our meetings and the events. And this year, our officer team, there's 4 of us, we really pushed all of the involvement fairs and, the OSU holds back to school bash. All of the things. We really wanted to make our presence clear. So we actually have gotten our enrollment up to about 25 students in our chapter, which is big improvement. And, we see a lot of students who are interested in policy, especially agricultural policy. So growing those numbers and letting people know that Ohio Farm Bureau is an ally in those endeavors is just really important. And we've definitely taken a big step this year towards that.
Ruth, tell me about yourself and about your involvement with Farm Bureau there at Wilmington.
Yeah, so I'm Ruth. I'm from a pretty non-traditional background, non-traditional ag. I did not grow up on what I would consider to be a farm. We had backyard poultry, and I did some market chickens growing up in 4-H, but that was about my agriculture experience. Until I got into FFA, especially in high school, and participated in my county's junior fair board and did a lot with 4-H, I didn't realize how big of an impact agriculture made on me. And so I started seeking out some of those opportunities in college. And so one of those was Collegiate Farm Bureau. And I, from my county level, my grandpa was a big part of the Farm Bureau. And so he kind of inspired me to be a member and go for that goal of mine. And so I've really enjoyed being a part of it and doing what I can at Wilmington College.
Always been a pretty strong chapter there too, right?
Yes. Yep. We are doing a lot this year, and yeah, good membership this year.
Yeah,
So.
I want to talk about what you guys have done in a bit. Let's meet Caitlin, though. Caitlin Kinsella from Wright State Lake Campus. Great to have you here, and give me a little bit of your background and how you started your Farm Bureau journey there at Collegiate Farm Bureau.
Yeah, I'm Caitlin Kinsella, and I'm a junior at Wright State University Lake Campus, where I'm working towards a bachelor's degree in technical and applied studies with an agriculture concentration. And throughout high school, I really loved the hands-on networking organizations that were available. So I was really involved in 4-H. I show sheep at the Auglaize County Fair, and I was also very active in our FFA chapter, and actually continued that past graduation to serve as an Ohio FFA state officer. So being active in those organizations in high school, when I continued my education experience at Wright State University Lake Campus, I wanted to find an organization that would provide those same hands-on networking experiences and opportunities that I got with FFA and 4-H. And so I stumbled across the Collegiate Young Farmers, and I was a member last year. And now this year, I am honored to serve as the club's president.
What are some highlights you've had there with your chapter over the last year as you've taken over presidency?
So some things that I've really enjoyed seeing is how much we have grown and kind of made a presence at our campus and in the community. Something that we're working on growing is our social media. We have an Instagram and Facebook now and have really grown that. Also, we have had several campus-wide events. We recently just had our Ag Olympics where we had a few teams competing there. So we all were just able to come together and have some fun. And also a big conference that we have is the Emerging Ag Conference. Last year we had some local businesses come and some FFA chapters, so they were able to network there. And then we also had the director of the Department of Agriculture, Brian Baldridge, come, and he was our keynote speaker. So it's just a great networking opportunity, and that's one of the many things I've loved to see and experience with the Collegiate Young Farmers is how much we're able to network and just create those opportunities for growth for our youth.
Yeah, and Sarah, you mentioned that growth at Ohio State. That doesn't just happen. Obviously, recruiting is one thing, but having those events and those special days that you put together with your group is another way to get people more and more involved. What are some of the highlights that you've had over the last year?
Yeah, for sure. So one of my favorite events that Ohio Farm Bureau hosts is Ag Day at the Capitol. So, being a freshman at OSU, getting the opportunity to go to the State House, the capital of Ohio, and talk with my representative from my county, learning that I grew up on the same road, just a few houses down from my state representative, is just an amazing opportunity to grow personally, grow professionally, and learn how policy and advocacy really works, and Ohio Farm Bureau's hand in that. So that's definitely my favorite event the Ohio Farm Bureau hosts.
Ruth, highlights for you there at Wilmington College.
Yeah, so Wilmington, we're putting on a lot of events this year. Me and my awesome officer team have been doing a lot in planning for all the events that we're doing. I know that we've got some things that are specifically just for the members on campus, but we've definitely got a couple community events that are going to come up within the year. A couple of those happening in the springtime. One of them is our big event for the year, the annual Ag Day Earth Day, Earth Day Ag Day. And that is something that really pulls together the community in Wilmington, but also our campus, and it really just highlights what we can do that is related to like the environment, but also with agriculture involved with it.
Caitlin, where do you see your Farm Bureau journey going?
Well, I love connecting people to agriculture, and so I kind of see my role in Farm Bureau being a part of the communication side and just helping the Farm Bureau share with the public about the awesome agriculture industry and community, and helping people make those connections to help grow within their community in the agriculture industry.
What are plans after college?
I want to go and work on a communications and marketing team for an agriculture business. I love talking, and especially stuff I'm passionate about, like agriculture.
She's coming for my job is what she's saying. So
And I'm a current intern at MVP Dairy in Salina, Ohio, and I give tours of the Dairy Learning Center. And I really enjoy just being able to connect with the public and share with them where their food comes from and a little behind the scenes of the agriculture industry, because that's not something everybody is familiar with. And so I just really enjoy kind of bridging that gap of people who may not have a full understanding of the industry and what we all do.
Ruth, what's next for you after college, and how do you see Farm Bureau fitting into that?
So I'm actually on a pre-vet track right now at Wilmington College. My goals are to go to vet school, hopefully to be a large animal veterinarian. And I know that Farm Bureau has they play a critical part in not just policy, but just the networking, the development of somebody, especially farmers. And I definitely see them as just a resource that I'm going to be using in the upcoming years. And I hope to continue to come back to my county Farm Bureau. I currently serve on the Board of Trustees at my county level, and I hope to continue to do so or do something similar because I see Farm Bureau as that great resource.
We talk a lot about youth pathways here at Ohio Farm Bureau. For Sarah, it started with the Explore Ag camps, and now she's with Collegiate Farm Bureau. Look ahead, and you've got young ag professionals and AgriPower and so many different resources she could use to grow her career. Do you see that happening for your future?
Yes, 100%. I'm actually interested in young ag professionals. I one day want to apply and hopefully get on the state board for that. And then AgriPower for sure. Brianna Smith is actually, she was a graduate of this year's class. She's from my county, and kind of speaking with her and, going on some trips with her, and she raved about how amazing AgriPower is, and definitely that is for sure in my plans in the future.
I know you got a couple of years, but what's after college for you?
So I want to attend law school after college. After I'm done with law school, I want to become an attorney that specializes in agricultural law. So that's my plans.
I feel really lazy when I'm around these people from Collegiate Farm Bureau. Ruth Beery from Wilmington College, Sarah Hoke from Ohio State, and Caitlin Kinsella from Wright State Lake Campus, all presidents of their respected Collegiate Farm Bureaus, joining us on the podcast. Great to have you all here, and always great to visit with you as you come into Columbus to our headquarters. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.